Tonight on the new Inventors, a surfboard that's actually 4 surfboards, a way to turn an ugly old road into a thing of beauty, and a jar that'll help you wake up and smell the coffee. G'day, I'm James O'Loughlin. Also tonight, a scarecrow for insects and an unusual way to get inspiration. First, our self-contained and yet very needy judges. Tonight, they're engineer James Bradfield Moody, science journalist Bernie Hobbs and designer Alison Page. Welcome.
Hey, James.
Have you ever heard someone say, I'm going to buy a surfboard? Well, it's actually very hard to buy a surfboard because there are so many different types. One will suit big waves, another small waves, another long, wide turns, another small, jumpy turns. So, what do you do?
Dad and I have over 15 surfboards, but because we never know what the surf will be like on the day, we never know which ones to take. My interchangeable surfboard is perfect for any wave. When you're surfing, the front part of the board barely touches the water. Your performance depends mainly on the back section. With my invention, the back section can be changed. The carbon fibre tongue on the front end fits perfectly into a slot on the rear end, and the carbon fibre hollow core bolts hold it firmly in place. The join is light enough and strong enough to withstand heavy surf conditions. So now, instead of having your swallowtail for smaller waves, your rounded square tail for everyday conditions, and your pintail for bigger waves, you can have just one board and choose your tail. And when you're in the surf, it's just as epic as any other board.
Please welcome from Wollongong, Jared Smith. Jared.
Hey.
Well done.
Thanks.
You used to go surfing with 4 boards or something on the roof, and you see the waves. And
In the car, yeah.
Yeah, and you have to pick which one's right.
Different boards suit different wave conditions, different sizes and shapes.
Yeah, and now you just have 1 front and 4 backs put on the boot.
Oh, yeah, it's also great for transport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if we wanted to swap, this isn't right,
Take
is it?
the 6'2" swallowtail off.
So that's for what sort of condition?
That would change the board to a 6'2" swallowtail for sort of like smaller waves.
And this one's for what?
This board's for everyday conditions.
Because that's what I want.
Rounded square tail.
Great. Let's put that one on. Let's put that because it is a day. But this is the tongue, right? And this goes what, in here somewhere?
Yeah, it goes a fair way into the board to spread out the weight.
To keep it strong. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, bungger on. Is that what you're saying, Seth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
great.
you could.
And then we just put these. I guess you could. Thanks. That's very nice of you. Rather than saying no, you're so uncool. And then you just screw these in, right?
Yeah.
And is this going to be strong?
Yeah, it's strong. I've had it tested by a local surfer
dude. Yeah. And look, it's great you don't have like a special, screw die or whatever. All you need is a 20-cent piece. Fits perfectly.
No tools.
And that's what it costs, right? 20 cents.
Yeah.
Is that right?
No.
You can have that.
Thanks.
Come on over.
Profit.
Yeah, that's it. Come on over. Does it perform as well? That's the big question, isn't it?
It's a little bit heavier, but it's not meant for like high-performance Kelly Slater surfers.
Yeah.
It's like for everyday, have different boards in one, and for the travel convenience.
Yeah, right. And it took, just a few seconds to swap over. So fantastic, dude.
Yeah, hey, Jerry. Look, you've really got 2 markets here. You've got those who want to travel and those who might want to customise their board.
Yeah.
Because you've got moving parts, how does it affect the lifespan of the board?
Well, that board there's actually 2 years old. And it's been ridden a fair few times, and it's, as you can see on the top, there's a few little scuff marks, but it's held up well.
What ensures that the board couldn't actually start to, the crack could open up and pinch you or whatever?
Well, it's epoxy resin, and that resin's a lot less brittle than fiberglass resin, which tends to shatter. And also, the tongue goes into a fair way into the board, so that spreads the weight over the deck, so it doesn't just snap at a single point.
And would the board flex more or less with that join in the middle? Have you?
It flex a tiny bit more than a regular board, but it's not really noticeable in the surf.
So, Jared, especially for people who want to, fly to Bali with their boards or whatever, having it in 2 separate pieces, are they getting small enough so you can actually just check it in as normal baggage? Or do you still have
for sure. You could have about a 4-foot carry case, about that big, and you could fit that and the other tail into the hand luggage if you wanted to.
Yeah, right. And another
Fantastic.
tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so beginners usually start off on a mini mal or a longer board and then progress to a shorter one. Can you play around with the length very much, or do you have to stick it pretty much the same length?
Well, I can change that to about 6'4" from 6 foot.
Okay.
And then you'd have to have a different front, because then the proportions would be out.
Yeah.
But you could definitely adapt it to a Malibu board.
Okay.
Jared, surfboards are usually hand-shaped, and that's a total art form, and everyone's really fussy about that. Are you going to be able to get the accuracy of the join with that type of manufacturing, or...?
Well, I shaped that one by hand in a surf factory, and it came out all right, but obviously if it was going to go to manufacturing, it'd have to be done by machine to get it exactly so all the other tails line up.
Yeah, that's great, so that if you break one part of it, you don't have to buy a whole...
And there's also epoxy boards that they're completely moulded, and that is the definite possibility for these, because then it would come up perfect every time.
Yeah.
How much will they cost?
Oh, I don't know.
yet.
600 to 800, I'd say.
Summing up.
Yeah, look, it's a great idea for the travelling surfer, and it also allows you to maybe even mix and match with your friends, so well done.
No one's going to let anyone else touch their board. Crazy. I think all you need is a pro surfer or someone really high profile to get it out there and get it, you know, to be seen as the cool thing for the summer, and you'll be right.
Yeah, I think it's great that you can pack it away into a suitcase as well, and maybe you could kind of design that as well and add that as an extra.
Bag.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well done. Please thank Jared Smith. Go ahead, Jared.
Thanks very much, mate. Thank you.
Right.